What up, everybody? We know from the Raising Kanan exclusive clips in the episode 2 description that in episode 2, Kanan and Rock will begin to navigate a new business relationship. But we also know from the trailer that at some point, Kanan's going to try to backdoor Rock by stepping straight to her connect, Stefano Marchetti himself. And this itself is a violation, but it happens. Just like Tremont Abraham backdoored Rock to get the connection through Juliana and Joaquin. And this is why, if you can, you keep your connect and the people you sell to separate. And preferably, keeping your connect unknown to the people you sell to, so they don't even have an opportunity to backdoor you. Because at the end of the day, if you cut out the middleman, everybody makes more money. Kanan's most likely stepping to Stefano like he is, because his mother probably wants too much control over how he does business. Keeping in mind, one of the teaser videos has Rock telling Kanan, "My product, my rules." And another scene from the same teaser has Kanan telling someone, most likely Rock, "My business is my business." So at some point, Kanan and Rock are going to butt heads concerning how they do business. Then we know in episode 4, Kanan will turn to Snaps and Pop for advice. And this is when Snaps will tell Kanan how people see him now is how they're going to see him for the rest of his life. With Pops asking Kanan the question, how he wants people to see him. And Kanan said he wants people to see him as him, not who his mother is. And this is when I believe Kanan will try to separate himself from his mother completely in an attempt to become his own man. And after his attempt to connect with Stefano fails, I think Kanan could turn back to Snaps and Pop, asking them if they could hook him up with a connector or business partner. And this is when I think Snaps and Pop will hook Kanan up with Unique, aka Breeze. Because I think at some point, Snaps and Pop will figure out that Unique is alive, because the Unique promo has Snaps saying it could be trouble or it could be an opportunity. I think that was Snaps referring to Unique. And we also know at some point, Kanan will go from working for his mother to working for Breeze, before Ghost takes Breeze out and Kanan takes over the Southside drug operation. In addition to that, the list of Breeze candidates is getting shorter and shorter, because the fact that Kanan is already the prince of the Southside, working for his mother who is the queen of the Southside, and we know that Unique is the king of the Southside. That's why when he returned at the end of season 3, they played the Run DMC song, Down with the King. But it was the Cool Breeze remix version, letting us know that Unique is Breeze. Now keep it in mind that Raising Kanan isn't a true story, but it is inspired by the times. And that Howard called Kanan the Prince of the Southside. In real life, the king of the Southside during those times was Supreme McGriff. Supreme McGriff drove around in a bulletproof Beamer. When Unique was first introduced in season 1, he drove a bulletproof Beamer also. Supreme also had an all-white Beamer. I'm not sure if that was the same one that was bulletproofed, but the season 4 trailer also showed an all-white Beamer. And Supreme McGriff's underboss was his nephew, nicknamed Prince. So like I've been saying, it's been right in front of our faces since the beginning that Unique is Breeze. And at this point, who else would Kanan work for other than his mother or Unique? Keeping in mind that Breeze's apartment was in the middle of the projects. This is important detail, letting us know that Breeze is not Stefano, like some have said in my comments, because Stefano lives in a mansion. And also, Ghost said he loved Breeze, and Breeze was like a brother to him. This lets us know that Breeze isn't Snaps Henry, because he would have been more like a father or grandfather figure to Ghost. And some say it's D-Wiz's older brother, based upon the fact that Rock called him a wild boy in season 1. But just because he's a wild boy doesn't mean he's in the drug game, or that he would be capable of running an entire drug operation, or that he would have his own plug, or that Kanan would work for him. Because just because he's older than Kanan doesn't mean Kanan would work for him. Keep it in mind, in season 1, Kanan was telling Lil Rob and Damon what to do, letting them know who his mother is, and that the entire thing was his plan. Then in season 3, every other major player in the drug game who could have been Breeze was introduced at the party that Ronnie threw when he thought he killed Unique. And none of them was named Breeze. So at this point, we know that Kane's not just going to go working for some random guy living in an apartment in the middle of the projects and start hustling backwards. But what we do know is that Unique is likely going to be moving somewhere different in season 4 because the episode 2 trailer looks like everything's been moved out of his house. Not to mention, the Unique trailer shows him walking up to an apartment not identical, but very similar to Breeze's apartment from Power with the stairwell next to it. And even though it's not identical, that apartment easily could have been remodeled over a 25-year span. Also, keeping in mind, one of the big problems that Ghost had with Breeze and Kanan was the fact they forced him and Tommy to constantly work the corners or the blocks. And when Unique first got to early Tyler's and was muttering as he was going to sleep, he muttered, "Tell Rock that all the blocks are his." I think this was foreshadowing Unique going back to the season 1 business model. Rock is currently in the heroin business, and that's also what Kanan and Ronnie were in last season. But from everything we heard from Power, Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy were in the crack cocaine business, the same business Unique was in season 1. Then keep in mind the business advice Crystal told Kanan in episode 1 that her father taught her. When everyone's going one way, that you go the other way because that's where the opportunity is. And I think this is ultimately foreshadowing Kanan getting out of the heroin game and him and Unique getting back into the crack game and taking over the blocks again. Also keep it in mind in season 2 when Rock wanted everyone off the corners, Kanan had no problem stealing from Rock's operation and going to hustle on the corner. But as far as Unique finding a new plug, we know for sure at some point in season 4 he's going to go into business with Phil Russo. And we got to believe this is Unique finding a new plug and getting back into the drug game. But the problem for Unique will be the same problem he had in season 3 with the Chinese restaurants, that he really doesn't have a crew to move his product. And this is where Kanan comes into play, because just like Unique doesn't have a crew to move his product, Kanan does have a crew to move his product, but he doesn't have a plug other than his mother. So this is why Snaps and Pop will make this connection between Kanan and Unique. Then we know if there's any continuity between Raising Kanan and the credit scene of OG Power, that Ghost and Tommy will then meet Breeze in the year 1996. But Kanan was already working for Breeze for some time at this point, because Tommy said Kanan was going to introduce them to Breeze. And as far as when will Unique change his name and start going by Breeze, it's not like it's his government name, it's simply a nickname, and it can be changed at any time. Plenty rappers have changed their nicknames for little reason, and Unique has plenty reason to change his nickname, especially considering the police think he's dead. Not to mention, if they knew he was alive, he already told Rock that his name doesn't carry the same weight in the streets anymore, and that he can't even put up a lemonade stand on the block without the cops trying to shut him down. Then also keep in mind that Kanan and Unique have never officially had a scene together on the show. Episode 1 it showed Kanan looking up to Unique. Then in the season 2 finale, Kanan was pulling up as Unique and Rock were walking out, but it never actually showed them together, or if they even had a conversation at this point. I think this is all building up the suspense of when they actually do meet, when they're connected through Snaps and Pop, Henry, and the two go into business together. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.